students. This is KG Misra. Again, I have come with the next part of the video for class 12 on chapter current electricity. Okay. In the last video, we have done that factors affecting the resistance, okay, of a conductor and resistivity. Okay, the ohmic conductors, non-ohmic conductors. These all things we have done. Now, here we are going to discuss some new things because that resistivity and the resistance that already we have studied, okay, in class 10th. So here we're doing something new also, okay, at the same time. I hope all of you are well and fine, and your family also. Please take care, okay. Let us move ahead. So today's topic is current density. Okay. Now what is this current density? See, the definition is written. You can note it down. The amount of current flowing through a particular cross section of a conductor normally, this is important, normally, okay, normally means perpendicular to the area of cross section. If this is the area of cross section, then the current should go normal, perpendicular to this, okay, per unit area. Normally per unit area, okay, is called current density. Full stop. It is, after this you will write, okay, it is a vector quantity denoted by vector J. Okay, it is a vector quantity denoted by vector J, rather small j, not capital J. Okay, okay, and has SI unit ampere per meter square, and has SI unit ampere per meter square. Full stop. Done. Okay. See, whatever current is flowing, per unit area, perpendicular to the surface, is called current density. Okay. Now you write, it is given by J is equals to I upon A. Okay. See, J is vector quantity, area is also vector quantity, okay, but current is scalar quantity. How it can be? How the vector quantity can be equal to a scalar quantity? It is not possible. But see, the fact is this: J dot A is equals to A. Now it is possible. Dot product of two vectors gives us scalar. So what we can write from here? I is equals to J A cos theta. Okay. 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 See, actually current I is also known as flux of current density through the conductor, through the surface of the conductor. Okay. Okay. So start writing. Electric current is the flux of current density through the cross-sectional surface area of the conductor. Therefore, I is equals to integration on the whole surface, okay, J dot ds. Okay, so this way also we can find out current because it is current density. So here we will write the vector sign. Okay, so this is there. The integration has to be done on the whole surface through which the current density is flowing. Okay. Our next topic is conductance. Okay, just note it down, and then we can write the definition of this. Noted. So start writing. The ease with which current flows through a conductor is called its conductance. Full stop. it is the reciprocal of its resistance. It is the reciprocal of its resistance. Full stop. It is a scalar quantity denoted by G. And has SI unit ohm inverse, that is, or MHO. This is inverse of this, okay? First we are writing M, then H, and then O. Mho, okay? Or SIEMENS, Siemens, that is written by capital S. Siemens, 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 okay? That is written by capital S. Okay, so this is your conductance. Now, how it is given by? So after this you write, it is given by G is equals to 1 by R. Okay, but what is the formula for R? R, you know, it is rho into L by A. So what you can write? You can write 1 by rho into L by A. So what you will get? You will get A upon rho. Okay, this also like that. So what is conductance? Conductance is the property, or we can say it is the degree of ease, okay, with which the current is flowing through a conductor. If it is flowing very easily, then its conductance is very high. If it is flowing less current is able to flow through the conductor, it's not flowing easily, okay, it has to more obstacles are there due to resistance, then obviously its conductance is less. Okay, so it is reciprocal, it is the opposite of resistance, you can see. Okay, next is conductivity. Okay, conductivity. Conductivity. Okay. See, what is conductivity? Start writing. The reciprocal of resistivity. The reciprocal of resistivity is called conductivity. Full stop. It is a scalar quantity denoted by sigma. Denoted by sigma. And has SI unit ohm inverse, meter inverse. That we can write like this: ohm inverse, meter inverse. Okay, or we can write MHO per meter. Okay, or we can write or Siemens per meter. Okay, so these are the units of this conductivity. It is ohm inverse, meter inverse, or Mho per meter, or Siemens per meter. Okay, full stop. It is given by sigma is equal to 1 by rho. Okay, written. Okay. So now our next heading is relation between E, the electric field, comma, sigma and J. Okay. So we are going to find the relation between E, that is electric field, sigma, that is conductivity, and J, that is current density. Okay, we have to find this. So now, first we can write, okay, as we know, What we know? We know that uh, V is equals to E into L. Suppose there is a conductor of length L, okay, and we are applying a potential difference across it with the help of a cell, okay. Potential difference is V between these two ends, okay, and the electric field set up inside the conductor is E, okay, that is uniform electric field due to application of this potential difference, okay. Then what will happen? The potential difference is equals to E into L, okay. So you can write, start writing. When a potential difference V is applied across a conductor of length L, comma, such that a uniform electric field E is developed in the conductor, then V is equals to E. We can mark it equation number 1. Okay. Now, written this much. After this, you will write from Ohm's law. V is equals to IR. Okay. But R is equals to what? Rho L by A. Okay. Therefore, what we will get? V is equals to I rho L by A. That's what we will get. Okay. Let us mark this equation number 2. Written? Okay. Now, after this, you write from equations 1 and 2, we get let's see what we will get. We can put this value of V over here. So we will get E into L is equals to, okay. So when we are putting this value of V from equation 1 in equation 2, what we will get? We will get this EL at the place of V, we can write EL and then I rho L by E. I rho L by E. Okay. Now this L can be cancelled out. So we are left with E is equals to I rho upon E. So write up this. Now see, what is I by A? But I by A is J. So what we will get from here? E is equals to J rho. Okay. Or from here we can write J is equals to E upon rho. Okay. Clear? Now see what else we can do from here. From here can we write J is equals to 1 by rho into E. Okay. J is vector quantity, E is vector quantity, rho is scalar quantity. What is 1 by rho? But 1 by rho is sigma, the conductivity. Okay, so we can put it here. You will get J is equals to sigma E. Okay. This is the final relation. You can note it down. Okay, got it? Okay. Our next topic is classification of materials on the basis of resistivity. Okay. So see, we divide the materials in 3 categories: conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Okay. So first is conductors. Okay. What are conductors? Start writing. The materials having a resistivity between 10 to the power minus 8 to 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter. The materials having resistivity between 10 to the power minus 8 to 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter are called conductors. full stop. The metals like copper, silver, aluminium have least resistivity. That's why they are very good conductors. Okay. Second is insulators. Put that in. Okay, now start writing. The materials having resistivity greater than 10 to the power 4 ohm meter, greater than, the sign is greater than, okay, greater than 10 to the power 4 ohm meter are called insulators. Full stop. They do not allow the flow of current through them. They do not allow flow of current through them. Full stop. For example, plastic, rubber, asbestos, okay, wood, wood, okay, etc. So these are the insulators. Now, third is semiconductors. Semiconductors. Okay. Yes, just put that in and then start writing. The materials which have a resistivity between 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter to 10 to the power 4 ohm meter are called semiconductors. Okay, full stop. Okay. For example, germanium, comma, silicon, etc. Germanium, Ge, silicon, Si, etc. Okay. So these are the semiconductors. We will study about semiconductors in detail in the last chapter of class 12. Okay. Okay. See, our next heading is commonly used resistors. Okay. You know resistors we use for resistance. So commonly two types of resistors are used. One is wire bound resistors. Second is carbon resistors. Okay. In wire bound resistors, what we do actually? Okay, first you write this commonly used resistor, then put this heading wire bound resistors and this carbon resistors. Written this much. After this you will put the heading wire bound resistors. Okay, understood? Once you have written this heading wire bound resistors, okay, start writing. In this type of resistors, wire is wrapped, okay, like this, over a non-conducting, over an insulating base. Okay, you have taken insulating base, and over that, suppose insulating means suppose you have taken a wooden piece, okay, or you have taken a plastic piece, okay, whose melting point is high, and then you are winding or wrapping wire over it. In that way, it is made. Okay. So you can write it is made by wrapping, okay, wire over insulating base. Okay, full stop. The wires are made up of alloys like manganese, okay, or constantine or nichrome, comma, because alloys are alloys are less sensitive towards temperature, because alloys are less sensitive towards temperature. See, what does it means? Generally, we know that no, the resistivity and the resistance depends on temperature. So if there is a change in temperature, the resistance will change. But see, we require these resistors, no, the places where what happens when current flows through them, they get heated up and become red hot, like in bulb, the filament of the bulb. So if as the temperature is rising over there, then what will happen? If we are using simple resistance made up of simple conductors, then what will happen? Its resistance will increase with the heating, okay? And so if it becomes red hot, then what will happen? Its resistance will increase to such a value that no current flowing through it will get reduced, and as it will get reduced, so heat produced in that wire or filament will also become less. So what will happen? Bulb will blow and it will switch off. Again it will go, again it will switch off. Okay, that will continue. But we don't want that. So what happens? We choose these alloys. These alloys actually, their resistivity or the resistance remains almost constant. Okay, till few hundreds of degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, but if you are increasing beyond that, only then its resistance will change in appreciable amount. Okay, so their resistivity almost remains invariable with the temperature. Okay, clear? But the problem is that no, for wire bounded resistors, we require a long wire for very high resistance. Okay, that is the only problem with the wire bound resistors. Okay, so next one we are having, that is carbon resistors. Okay, just note it down. Okay, so next is carbon resistors. Okay, see how the carbon resistors are made. See, start writing. Okay, carbon black, comma, clay and resin binder are pressed together and then heated to make it rod shaped. Okay, again I am repeating, carbon black, clay and resin binder are pressed then heated to give rod shape. Full stop. Then it is enclosed in a ceramic or plastic jacket. Okay, then it is enclosed in ceramic or plastic jacket. Jacket means actually covering is there of plastic or ceramic. Okay, so that is all about this carbon resistors. Okay, full stop. Now see what are its advantages. Okay, write the first point. It can have resistance from few ohms to millions of ohms. It can have resistance of few ohms to millions of ohms. Okay. Second point, they are quite cheap and compact. Okay, they are quite cheap means it costs less. Okay, and they are compact also, very small. Okay, no, will not have large size like for this ceramic. Oh, sorry, wire bonded. Okay. Third point, they have got wide applications. Okay, means they are widely used in different devices like radios, amplifiers. Okay, in different electronic circuits. Okay, your mobile phones. Okay, in television sets. Okay, radios. Okay, it has got wide range of applications. Okay. See, our next heading is color code for carbon resistors. Okay, actually when you get a carbon resistor, no, its value of the resistance is not written on it. Then how we will come to know that how much resistance it is going to offer? It's very difficult. No, for that there is some color coding is done on each resistors. Okay, Actually, this color coding is done in two ways. The most common one we will discuss first, and then the second one we will discuss later on. Okay, clear? So for color coding, just you write the heading and then we will start the first one. Okay. See, it is B. Roy. Okay. Of great, G for great. Okay. B for Britain. Okay. Has very, okay, good wife. Okay. So in this way you can remember the sequence. B. Roy of, okay, this is of, okay, B. Roy, sorry, B. Roy, BBROI, okay, ROI, Roy, then off is there, then great, 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 Britain, okay, Britain has very good wife, okay, has very good wife, okay, then wearing gold, silver, no color, necklace, NC, wearing gold, silver, necklace. What is necklace? Necklace. Okay. Necklace. Necklace is what? It is NC. Okay. So you can remember the sequence. Okay. Now, what does this represents? These represents actually different colors. Okay. So B for black, B for brown, R for red, O for orange, Y for yellow, great, that is G for green, Britain, that is B for blue, very, that is V for violet, good, G for grey, W for white. I'm not written here because space is not there. You can write W for white. Gold, it is gold only. Silver, it is silver only. NC, it is this actually no color. Okay, it is no color. NC means no color. Necklace NC, that is no color. Clear? So these we have to write in a proper sequence. We have to remember this in this sequence. And for remembering this sequence, this is very important. B. Roy of Great Britain has very good wife. Okay, wearing gold silver necklace. Okay, in this way you can remember the sequence. Once you can remember the sequence, the things become very easy for you to remember. Okay. See, this sequence of words gives us the sequence of these colors. Okay. Now see, first is this numbers, second is multipliers, and third is tolerance. Now how we can remember this table? How this helps to remember the table? See, we have to start from 0 number. So 0 for this, 1 for this, okay, 2 for this, 3 for this, 4 for this, 5 for this, 6 for this, 7 for this, 8 for this, and 9 for this, till white. For gold, silver, and no color, we don't have to give any number. Okay. Now, when multipliers are there, again you have to write 10 is the power 0, 10 is the power 1, 10 is the power 2, 10 is the power 3, 10 is the power 4, 10 is the power 5, 10 is the power 6, 10 is the power 7, 10 is the power 8, okay, and for this it is 10 is the power 9. Okay. Now tolerance is for 3 colors only, that is gold, silver, and no color, because for these 3 we have not given any number, gold, silver, and no color. So for gold it is 5%, for silver it is 10%, for no color it is 20%. See what the tolerance means. That means if there is a resistance of uh, suppose 100 ohm, okay, of, okay, and it has got a this lining of gold, then means it can work up to that place where a resistance of 105 ohm is required. That means 5% more than that, okay, or 5% less than that, okay. 5% less than of 100 is how much? 95. 5% more than that is 105. So in that range it can work. If silver lining is there over it, then it can work 10% more or 10% less than that. That means if its resistance is 100 ohm, so it can work from 90 ohm to 110 ohm range. No color, then it can work from if its resistance is 100 ohm, so it can work from 80 ohm to 120 ohm. Okay, that is the range. 20% low or 20% more. That means the tolerance. Okay. Now see how we use this. See, actually this carbon resistors, no, they are having lines. Suppose this is a carbon resistor, okay. So what you will find, carbon resistor is somewhat like this, okay, like this. Okay. Now see they have got lines, no, 1, 2, okay, and then 3, and then you have got 4 lines. They have got 4 lines, okay. And these are not lines but 4 colored rings. Okay, just note it down first, then I will explain you how to utilize this. Done? Okay. You have done this much. Now start writing. Write first point. Carbon resistor has 4 colored rings. 4 colored rings. Written, comma. Oh, sorry, full stop. The first ring represents the first digit. Second point, the second colored ring represent second digit. Third point, the third colored ring represents the multiplier. And fourth point, the fourth colored ring represents the tolerance. Okay. Now suppose you got a resistance, okay, in which there are 4 rings, 1, 2, 3, 4 rings are there. You might be thinking, sir, from which side we should start counting? You will start counting from the side from where these rings are nearer. Okay, so this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. Okay. Now see, suppose this is red, okay, this is orange, okay, and this is green, okay, and this is suppose silver, okay. Then what will happen? What is the resistance of this resistor? Can you find out? See, this is red. Red, where is red? Red is this. Which number has been assigned? 2. So you will write the first digit 2. Second is the orange. Where the orange is? Orange has been given a number 3. So 3 you will get. Now third is green. Green. Now third is multiplier. So multiplier is 10 to the power 5. 10 to the power 5. Okay. And that is next. Last is silver. So silver has been for tolerance. That is 10%. So this ohm plus minus 10%. This is the resistance of this resistor. Understood? First color red gives you the first digit. Second color orange gives you the second digit. Third ring, that is green color, gives you the multiplier. Fourth color, that is silver, gives you the tolerance. In this way you can find out the resistance of a given carbon resistor. Okay. This may happen that in a case that the resistor this resistor, okay, this have got only 3 bands. Fourth color is not there, okay. So what will happen? Suppose this is green, okay, this is suppose blue, okay, and this is suppose orange. So green, for green it is 8, okay. Second is blue. For blue, where is blue? For blue it is 6. For orange, it is 10 raised to the power 3. 10 raised to the power 3 ohm. Plus minus. No other ring is there. That means it is no color. For no color, what is tolerance? 20%. So you can write here 20%. Understood how to do this? Okay. So that means how we can utilize this to find the resistance of carbon resistors. Okay. Okay. See the second type, no, I have told you in the beginning only, there are 2 types. Second type you will find like this. What is there? The ends are colored. Both ends will have same color, okay? These 2 ends have the same color. Clear? Okay. And there is a ring also. One colored ring is there. Okay. The body has got another color. And there is a dot over here. This is also colored. Okay. Now how we find the resistance of this carbon resistor? So first note down. The color of the body gives the first digit. Full stop. Next line. The color of the ends gives the second digit. Color of the ends gives the second digit. Full stop. The color of the dot gives the multiplier. The color of the dot gives the multiplier. And color of the ring gives the tolerance. Okay. Now we are going to take an example. Suppose this is of white color. Okay. These 2 are white color. Okay. This is of yellow color. Okay. This is of red color. Okay. And this is of gold. Golden color. Okay. Now what is the resistance of this resistor? So first, body color is what? Body color is yellow. So body color is yellow. Yellow, where is yellow? Yellow is here. So 4 is the number. Okay. Understood? So first digit is 4. Now what is the color of the ends? White. Where is white? It is here. 9 is there. Okay. So 9. Now what is the color of the dot? It is red. For red, it is multiplier, no? Where is red? Red is here. Multiplier is 10 is the power 2 into 10 is the power 2 ohm. Plus minus gold. What is the tolerance for gold? It is 5%. Okay, so it is 5%. So in this way we can find out the resistance of a given carbon resistor. So I have told you both the ways. Okay. So any problem in this? I don't think so. You can do it very easily. Okay. So my dear children, thank you. Okay. And have a nice day. Just keep on studying. Okay. I will come again with the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.